Mr. Isaac. Yes. Twenebao Kodwao. Sorry if I can't pronounce it right. I don't know if I got that. He's a lead trainer and a business consultant for High Park Services. Dr. Isaac has 16 plus years of experience in marketing, business development, and corporate strategy across various industries, including media, pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, and telecommunications. He has held leadership positions as head of corporate strategy and head of business development with exceptional success. In addition to his industry expertise, Dr. Isaac has over 15 years of experience as a university lecturer in strategic marketing, sales, and enterprise development. He is well equipped to equip students with the knowledge and skills to excel in their careers. Dr. Isaac is currently the CEO and principal consultant at High Park Services. The organization's mission is to work with entrepreneurs and CEOs of established businesses to build systems and structures, implement comprehensive business strategies, and provide innovative marketing solutions to help businesses thrive. Over the past 8 years, Hyperg has helped save hundreds of businesses from collapse. For the past 4 years, Dr. Isaac has been a team lead in developing the curriculum and facilitating workshop for the MasterCard Africa Higher Education Health Entrepreneurship Program. The program aims to empower 2,000 health professionals to identify and build innovative health businesses in the next 10 years. He currently consults for SNV, Green, Giz, and Ghana Enterprise Agency in facilitating and empowering businesses to build systems and structure to improve their resilience and growth. Dr. Isaac passions lies in marketing, sales, and business sustainability, recognizing their crucial roles in achieving long-term success. He is a chartered marketer from the Chartered Institute of Marketing, CIM UK, an MBA in Strategic Marketing and Business Development, and a member of the Chartered Institute of Ghana, CIMG. He also holds a PhD in Strategic Marketing Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Additionally, he is a certified small business consultant in the Association of Accredited Small Business Consultants, AASBC, in the USA. Dr. Isaac's diverse background, encompassing both industry experience and academic achievements, positions him as a highly skilled professional capable of driving business growth, delivering impactful training, and providing innovative marketing solutions to empower entrepreneurs and establish businesses. Dr. Isaac, in addition to his professional pursuits, enjoys swimming, playing lane tennis, and listening to reggae music. Interesting. These activities provide him with the rest and relaxation he needs to recharge and maintain a healthy work-life balance. With more pleasure, let us give a resounding applause to our guest speaker. I can't see in the chat box. Let's give a resounding applause to our guest speaker. I mean, we've heard all that Ms. Dr. Isaac Odes. It's quite an honor to have you on board, sir.
Thank you very much, Damien, and I'm glad to be here as well. And I want to say a very big thank you to Coach for giving me this great opportunity, and especially an honor to go into the Nigerian market. I'm very grateful, Damien. Is Coach back? Is Dr. Ledike back? Doc? Okay, so I think I may just have to start straight away so that when he joins in later.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back here.
Okay,
so you can take it away.
Okay. All right. So I want to share my screen, and please, if you can see my screen, can you give me a yes in the chat box? Coach, can you see my screen?
Screen is up already.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll just full launch it. Okay, so first of all, I would like to say a very big thank you to Dr. Adeleke for giving me this great honor. And I'm so excited because 3-4 years ago, I met Coach online, and that was at a point where I've done well a bit, but I still have this imposter syndrome, thinking that I wasn't doing the right thing. I wasn't too sure about what I was doing. And I felt that people knew much more than I knew. So it was very difficult to break into the consulting space to do the best I can to help other people. So I met Coach about 4 years ago, and the rest is history and all to the glory of God. Coach, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for having that, instilling that confidence in me that it is possible that I can do much more than I know I knew, most especially that having come out with modules that can help small businesses and everyone who wants to grow his entrepreneurial business to survive and to grow. I'm very grateful. And once again, very thank you for this great opportunity. Tonight, I wanted to share something very simple, very practical, and I would urge that as much as possible, please take notes, because there are some things as we start going through the slides and going through this training session, you will notice that some intuitive words would come up, some intuitive statements would come up. Those words could be the most important statement that you need tonight to be able to transform your business and to be able to create wealth in the hands of all strangers. So I'll be very glad that we pay full attention in the next 45 minutes ahead of us to pay rapt attention to what I'm going to discuss with you. And trust me, together we'll build our businesses to last. So once again, I thank you very much for joining in and be here. In this session, I want to run through these three key issues. One, I want us to look at the reason why growth is important in our businesses. And if growth is very important in our business, what are the obstacles that's hindering us from not growing our business the way we want them to grow? And along this journey, I'm going to tell a lot of stories about us, the obstacles we have faced over the years, and then what we did to have been able to break through the ceiling and have come this far to the glory of God. And then my catch thing here is to share with you the 5 keys to unlock the wealth in the hands of strangers for your business growth. And then we'll show you some action steps to take. And for me, if you don't do anything from some of these sessions, you don't take an action on what you do from these sessions, you've definitely wasted your time. So what I'll beg and urge all of us to be very attentive, take some notes. If you have questions, please ask it, because on this platform today are people with diverse backgrounds, people with diverse experiences, people from different industries, and people who have what it takes to help you maybe to build a business. And most importantly, a strong group of network that we can tap into to be able to scale our business to the next level the way we really want to be. All right. I love the way Damien read my profile, and I was telling my colleague here in the office, we've done something. But it's not about what we have done over the years, but the most important thing I want to share here is about growth. Upon all that he shared, I have failed, and we have failed in businesses before. And anytime that I talk about these failures that we have had in the past, it gives me goosebumps pimples, because we failed so dramatically to the point where it became an embarrassing to even go to the lecture room to go and teach. Because this was a time when I was teaching students entrepreneurship and business management, entrepreneurship and business management and marketing, full-time university lecturer, teaching MBA students, teaching undergrad students how to start a business and how to manage a business and how to even market their businesses. It was around this same time that I also failed in my business. So the point was, if I had failed in business and I couldn't manage my own small business, what right do I have to go and stand in front of other people to teach them how to run their businesses? This was ironical for me. And to be honest, there were points in my time, in my life, that it was so difficult to even go to the lecture room, because I felt I was doing these students very big favor. This brought me the determination and the decision to say that something has to be done. I started reading books. I started going for seminars, going for workshops, talking to very successful entrepreneurs. Many of them had very good examples. Many of the books were good. Many of the online courses were good. But unfortunately, we could not find any African context entrepreneurship book that will give you an end-to-end profile and an end-to-end system to start a business, to grow it, and to scale it to the point where you really enjoy what you're doing. So fortunately, to the glory of God, we've come up with our own model, which we call the Entrepreneurial Business Operating System, EBOS, which is a 7 business models process that we take entrepreneurs through to be able to manage their businesses. And I say this to the glory of God that today I am very confident in myself, because I know what it takes to run a small business. I know what it takes to take somebody from the unknown stage of trying to think of starting a business, and then walking the person through a system that is also helping the person to grow the business that they really want to build and enjoying the wealth along the journey. And again, I must say, that Coach Adeleke, who has invited all of us on this call today, has been an amazing pillar to help me to have come this far. And what I'm sharing with you today is experience over the years. What I'm sharing with you tonight is something that we have learned together. It's an experience that we have gone through and we are still doing it. And I pray that by the time we end this session, everyone on this call will be very confident in what they are doing to tap into the hands of strangers, how they can create wealth from that and eventually build a business that they want to build. And then together we all grow. The first thing I want to talk about is the fact that everyone desires to grow. Every one of us. Imagine that you have a child who is born today, and in 3 years down the line, the child is still crawling on the ground. Or in 5 years down the line, the child who's supposed to be walking and running, probably climbing trees, is still on the floor, still crawling. Would you be happy? I don't think so. No parent on this call would be happy to see his or her child doing the same. This happens as well in business. Every one of us on this call today, went into business because we have a desire to grow. We have a desire to move from where we are to a level of state that we really want to be ahead of us in the future. And I love what Tony Robbins said. Tony Robbins said in his book, Awaken the Giant Within You, he says that life is about growth and contribution. Life is about growth and contribution. Please take this thing, because the first time that I read the Awaken the Giant Within, that I saw this statement, a book of about 450 pages, more than 450 pages, the only thing I can remember today from that book is what Tony Robbins said in that book: life is about growth and contribution, which means that everyone, either you are in business, you are in a relationship, you are in your finances, in your health, in every aspect of our lives, our core desire, our deepest desire is to grow. And when we grow, we can't stay at that level. We want to share that growth with other people and help other people also grow. And that's why, for me, it's so interesting for us to come to this call today to talk about how do we unearth, how do we unlock, how do we discover the wealth in the hands of strangers and help us to grow our business to a certain level. And for me, if I did not grow up to this point, I don't think I would have had the guts to come here. If we are not growing as a business, if I've not grown as a person, in my mindset, in my relationship, in my business, in my finances, I don't think Coach Adeleke would have asked me to join us tonight to do this. Everyone desires to grow. And tonight, we are going to grow our business by unlocking the wealth in the hands of strangers. Now, let's talk a bit about what growth is, business growth is. Business growth, for me, is the growth in sales, the growth in revenue, the growth in profitability, and most likely, the growth in your market share. So you have started a business as small as it is. So in our case, for example, I started this consulting firm, Hyper Consulting Services. I started from my room. One room in my house, that's where I started from. And eventually ended up in my car, because there was a point in my life where I had a printer in my car, I had a spare shirt in my car, I had a spare shoe, a spare jacket in my car every single day. What that meant to me was that once I transitioned from an office in my house to my car, I became a mobile office. And I said to myself that there is no single time that an opportunity would jump onto me that I would say, I don't have the time, I don't have the space to do anything for the customer, just to wait to find a place first. So I decided to move my life up to this level. Today, we have an office space, a brick and mortar office, where we now call our office. There's been a growth. There's been a growth in revenue. There's been a growth in customer base. And most importantly for me, there's been a dramatic growth in the level of influence, in the level of expertise, in the level of impact that we are making in the lives and in the business that we actually work with. Everyone desires to grow. We want to grow our customer base. We want to grow into different markets. We want to grow with new products and services. I was talking to one of our clients that we are working with recently. She's into the natural wellness and wellness space. And she said to me that what she really wants to do now is to expand her health coaching services to coach health executives, what she calls executive health coaching, looking for top executives, captains of industry who are at the helm of their career. But unfortunately, because of stress and because of pressure and because of all the daily activity they go through, they are not able to manage their health so well. So many of them today are actually paying for their health with the wealth that they actually created. She wants to go to that space. And just 3 calls we made have exponentially started growing this person's business. This is what we want to do. How do we do this? How do we grow our business to the point where we become so confident and so be happy with what we're doing, such that we have that personal fulfillment of what we're doing? Growth is intentional. Now, why do we want to grow our business? Yes, you have started your business from one store, you have a second branch, you have a third branch. You started with one customer as a graphic designer. Now you have 3, 4, 5 customers. Are you keeping these customers and adding on, or you are every single day looking for new customers? This is something you need to look at. If you are spending time looking for new customers every single day, you are in trouble, because it costs much more to look for new customers than to keep the existing one and still expand with them as well. But why do we do all this? Why do we want to grow our business? Number one, to have an increase in profitability and business value and become the market leader in the industry where we operate. We all want to grow. One of the clear goals that I set for this business was to be so grown to the point where national media platforms should be inviting us to speak on their platforms or to be some resource person on their platforms. And once that goal was set, we are very happy to say that we have been featured severally on national media platforms. How did that happen? It was intentional. It was intentional. Growth doesn't come by just desiring to do what you want to do. Growth comes with an intention. Number two, why do we want to grow? And for me, the most important. Everyone wants to grow either in person or as a business. Number one, for personal fulfillment and comfort. We grow, for example, if your business grows and your income, your revenue increases as a business, and you are able to create much more wealth with what you are currently doing, what happens then with you is that you're able to create enough income to give yourself that personal fulfillment. Because once your income increases, you'll be able to afford certain things that hitherto you wouldn't have been able to afford. And once you're able to have some income with you, it gives you the comfort. And most importantly, creating wealth in your business, in this case, creating wealth as your business grows, is so important to me and for every entrepreneur on this call, because number one, if you don't grow your income, you are going to compromise. You are going to compromise on things that under normal circumstances, you would never would have loved to do that. Number two, if you don't grow your business and the income of your business to live that fulfillment of the life that you're looking for, you are going to lie. You will lie because there are times people would want you to help them, but unfortunately, because you are perceived to be the person to go to for that help, and because you don't have that support to give to the person, you want to lie. And I'm sure many of us on this call, there are many times that somebody have called you to ask for some amount of money to help them do something, something very small money. And the person called you because they know that you can afford to help them. But because you cannot afford, when the person starts calling you again to get this support from you, do we pick their calls? Many times we don't, including me myself. I've been there before, where, oh, okay, you need this money, please call me back tomorrow morning. And the person starts calling you the next morning, and I refuse to pick the call. Not because I don't want to help the person, but because I don't have the resources to help the person that I want to help. So the second reason why we need to create wealth is because if we don't have that wealth in our business to let it grow, we are going to lie to many people. And number three, which really worries me, is the fact that if you don't grow our businesses to create the wealth that we're looking for, the income that we need to live that comfortable life, we are going to steal. You will steal. Because you can't live your life anyhow. You have your kids' school fees to pay. You have your parents to take care of. You have other colleagues to take care of. And the money is not there. The growth is not coming up. What do? Once the opportunity avails itself, you will steal. I have stolen before. And I pray to God for mercy. Because there were times in my life where it was so difficult to even make ends meet in my family. What did I do? There were many times I compromised. There were many times that I stole. There were many times that I told lies. And I pray that as we go through this, if you have gone through all those things before, let's be intentional about growth in our businesses, growth in our income, such that that problem, that personal discomfort and worry that we have had in the past should all go away. So we need to grow. We need to create a wealth. And again, once we're able to create a wealth, we can help others. We can help our team to get better. We can help your team, one of your team members or your employees or the people that you work with need to rent an apartment. How about you just taking money from the business and say, well, you have worked with us for all this while, you have been so committed, you've done your best for this, please take this check to pay for the rent that you're looking for. Wouldn't that make a change in the person's life? Wouldn't you help the person live a better life? How about if one of your colleagues in that workplace wants to go to school They can't afford it. They really desire. And you notice that if this person goes to school and the person comes back, the person's capacity has expanded. The person has grown as an individual, and the person coming back into your organization would add lots more to what you do. Why can't you help the person? You can only help this person if there are resources and you are growing. And the third thing is that if you are able to grow your business and create the wealth in your business as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, the beautiful thing, as I heard from one of our pastors, says that you are going to have enough resources to support the kingdom agenda. He says that the name of Jesus is so heavy that it needs a lot of resources to lift it higher for all the nations to see. How about you went to church and then your pastor or your priest at church is asking that we buy new pews, or we buy new instruments for the church, or we repaint the church, or we have to do something massive for the church. And then the pastor said, well, we need about $20,000. And then by virtue of the fact that you have grown your business to a certain point, by virtue of the fact that you have intentionally decided to grow your wealth, you just get up to the pastor and say, well, you need $20,000. Yeah, pastor, I'm sorry, I want to give you $50,000. It is not because you are not doing this because you are going to show off, but you are going to show an appreciation to the fact that God has helped you to create wealth, and that wealth he has helped you to create, you are going to use that to expand his kingdom agenda. How about that? And I love the fourth one. If we are able to intentionally grow our businesses, and which we should, you are going to leave a legacy, an example for others to follow. And I remember this last point, I love it so much because I think it was 2 weeks ago, one of my very old students from the university that I teach from called me and said, thank you very much. I'm calling you because today I'm also a consultant. I said, what? Consultant in what? And he said that one day I was in class and I told them that if you finish your first degree in a specialized area, and then you do your master's in that specialized area, it means that you have become a master in that area. So for example, if you did accounting first year, like undergrad, and you go and do an MBA in accounting, it means that you are an MBA in accounting, Master of Business Administration accounting option. And if you are even lucky and you push hard enough to now go ahead and become a chartered accountant or a certified chartered accountant, what that means is that you have become an expert in that field, that you should be able to go into consultancy. That's what the guy told me. I've been forgotten what I said. And it's way back like 9 years ago. This gentleman told me that today he is also a consultant. And I was happy because at least what I said and what I've done, I've also helped somebody else to also get to the point where he wants to live his life and create wealth, grow the business, and also go through the same process of becoming comfortable, helping others, and also supporting his religious agenda to make the world a better place. Everyone on this call must grow. Everyone on this call must grow your business. And if you are willing and happy that you are holding hands with me today, that you want to grow your business, please kindly take some few seconds and type in the chat box, I will grow, I will grow, I will grow in the chat box for me. Please do that for me now. Taking this action is a fulfillment, it's a statement you are making to the universe that I want to grow my business. I want to grow as a person. I want to make this wealth creation formula work so that I can be a blessing to other people. If you agree with me, please type in the chat box, I will grow, I will grow, I will grow, I will grow. Please do that for me as I move on. Now, in spite of all these benefits that we are supposed to be getting by growing our businesses and creating wealth to live the life that we really want to, there are obstacles. And I'm sure you and I know a lot of reasons why we are not growing. For me, the reason why I wasn't growing was because at some point I didn't have clarity. I didn't know what I was doing. So for example, why would I do geography and political science as an undergrad student? Why would I continue to go and do marketing and to become a chartered marketer? Why would I have to go and work in the pharmaceutical industry? Why would I have to transition to go and work in the cosmetic industry? Why would I have to go and work in the media industry? And why would I now come to work in the university, in the education industry? And now why would I now have to come again to be in a consulting space? Why would I have to take all this route? There was no clarity. I didn't know what I was doing. Because when there is clarity, there is speed. Please type in the chat box speed. Please type in the chat box speed. Where there is clarity, there is speed. Because there is no way you can drive as fast as you can in your car if the road is dark. You cannot grow. It is impossible to grow. It's impossible to speed in the dark because there's no clarity. Hey, but once I found that clarity to be in this space to help other businesses strive, to help other business owners build their businesses to last, the clarity is so good that our speed is exponential. So the reason why we are not growing is, for me, the answer, the lack of clarity. And when there's no clarity, there's no focus. And when there's no focus, we can't even take massive action to grow. But I believe strongly that as we go through this discussion tonight, every one of this on this call would be able to have that clarity for your business. And once you have that clarity, please focus in that zone and speed with massive action. And if you do this, you would grow. You would grow. And that's what I'm here to share with you tonight. If you want to grow, it must be intentional. Business growth is not automatic. If you want to grow, it's not automatic. It is not. You must be intentional about it. You must be intentional, because if you assume that if you don't read the books, you would be knowledgeable. If you assume that you don't go to school, you'll be knowledgeable. If you assume that as I grow from age 1 to age 5 to age 6 to age 7 to age 20 to 30 to 40, you become a better person. Now lie. It not going to happen. It doesn't matter how much Nigerian jollof you eat or Ghanaian jollof you eat, it's not going to happen. But fortunately, if you eat Ghanaian jollof or Ghana jollof, you grow faster than Nigerian jollof. That one, coach, you agree with me. That is no factor. There's no comes about this. Ghana jollof is good. But the point is that if you eat all the Ghanaian jollof, the best of it all, and then you don't become intentional about your growth, it's never going to happen. So as we go through this tonight, please be thinking through all the tips and secrets and strategies I'm going to share with you, and be putting down action step that you want to be intentional about to make the first step tonight and move on with your business. And if you do that, together we'll be fine. This is our consulting firm. It's called the Hyper Consulting Services. We focus our attention on empowering small and medium-scale enterprises and entrepreneurs to build systems and structures in their businesses so that they can thrive, create wealth, grow, and then most importantly, impact their society. And this is also even defined in the logo that we see on the screen right now. The ascending bars you see on the left are 7 critical bars that we at Hypercare we hold in high esteem. Because every single bar that you see in that pink on the left of your screen represents something about our businesses. So we usually will teach 7 steps to business growth, 7 steps to marketing strategy, 7 steps to customer service, 7 steps, because we believe strongly that every small business that comes to us for help comes in that very small, tiny bar on the left, the first one. And as you walk the person through that step-by-step growth, you begin to see that the client begins to grow gradually until it becomes that big pink bar as you see on the screen. And when we had that clarity, when we had that focus, when we decided that we are going to stay in this and then tap into the hands of the strangers that we didn't know and focus in that direction and hit hard with massive action, today we are in business. Today we are making impact. Today we are called by organizations that under normal circumstances would have had a chance to even go to talk to them. Now, as much as we try to aggressively go after these strangers, many of these strangers are rather looking for us. It's amazing. It's amazing when you have that clarity. It's amazing when you are focused. It's amazing when you are so clear about the stranger that you want to work with, who is holding your wealth in their hands and in their pockets. And I'll show you a couple of things that we have done over the years. All the clients you see on this screen, plus many more, hundreds, many more, we have worked with them. And the amazing thing that I love to talk about all these clients that you see on the screen is that none of these clients on this call, on the screen you're seeing now, has paid us less than how much I work, for example, for 30 days with my university. There are some of these clients on this call, by virtue of the fact that we decided to grow, we made an intentional decision that we want to grow our business. We made an intentional decision that we want to tap into the hands of all these. Every company you see on this screen now, at some point was a stranger. How did we tap into them? How did they get to know about us? How did they decide that they want to work with us today? None of these have ever paid me, for example, less than how much I work for 30 days, working for some of them 1 day. So, for example, I can work for one of these companies for just one day, and the amount of money they pay me is sometimes the same or times 2 or times 3 of how much I work for 30 days. There is power in having focus. There's power in tapping into the stranger who holds your wealth. There's power in looking for that stranger and giving that stranger what you're looking for. If we do that together, we are going to grow. We are going to create the wealth you're looking for, and eventually we'll build a better place for all of us. Now, let's go to talk about how do we unlock the wealth in the hands of strangers for business growth. How do we do that? How do we do that? Many philosophies, many theories, many people have said many things about this. But we are sharing with you what it takes to build that wealth from tapping into the hands of strangers. Who are these strangers? We have said already about business growth. Who is this stranger? If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a business owner, or even you are an aspiring entrepreneur trying to transition into business, please trust me that the wealth you want to create, the growth you want to have in yourself and for that business is in the hand of a stranger. And I love what one of my religious people that I follow so strongly, he said that the wealth of all of us is in the hands of people. And this is how he said it. God will help you through men to men. The help of God, the blessing you will need from God, the wealth you want to create, the monies you want to make, the incomes you want to make, the expansion of your business you want to have in your business is in the hands of a stranger. God helps men through men to men. And who are these men? They are the strangers. Have you found these strangers? And if you have found these strangers, are you taking care of them? If you are taking care of them, have you wowed them to the point where they said, it is you we want to do business with forever and ever? Or your business is always looking for new strangers and converting them into something else, new strangers every day. If you are doing that every single day, it is good. But that is very, very hard working. Who are these strangers? And don't forget this statement again, as I learned from my pastor, he said that wealth is in the hands of men. And God will help you to create wealth through men to men. And to that man is you and your business. Let's see how we can unlock that. Now, in very simple English term, who's a stranger? A stranger is someone who is unknown to you, unfamiliar with you, whom you haven't even met before, or with whom you don't even have any connection. So these are people you don't know at all. But as business owners, how do we look for these strangers and transition them into becoming people that we want to work with, who can help us to create wealth, and again, to be able to help us to make the money and grow our businesses? Every customer started as a stranger. I started as a stranger to Coach Adeleke. Coach Adeleke, Dr. Adeleke, my coach, I love him so much, also started with me. To me, he was a stranger to me. I just met him online. I just met him, he was a stranger. But today, the kind of relationship that we have today, and the kind of things he has helped me to do, and I'm sure somehow, I may have also helped him to do certain other things, that this relationship, until God do us part, is going to be stronger and never going down. Both of us were once strangers. Many of us on the call today were, up to today, also strangers. You didn't know me, I didn't know you. But by virtue of this connection today, we have started creating some connection that, if we take care of this relationship well, may end up with this growing our businesses, becoming better people, and most importantly, creating wealth. And creating wealth that will make you comfortable, creating wealth that will give you enough resources to support your faith agenda, creating wealth to be able to be a blessing to other people in society, and most importantly, creating wealth to support your team, the people that you work with, such that they'll be so loyal to you, they'll be growing, they'll be happy. And if you do all these things together, trust me, you and I can make this world a better place. Are you ready to take this mantle? Are you ready to look for these strangers? Are you ready to find a way to tap into this realm called the strangers and transform them to help you to be able to create the wealth you're actually looking for? The stranger, the customer that you want to serve, holds your wealth for your business. No two ways about it. The stranger that you didn't know, who would become one day a customer, the person holds your wealth and the growth of your business in their hands. And I remember one of our professors, when I was in school doing my PhD, said to us that your daily bread, your light bill, the fuel you put in your car, the car that you want to buy, the house you want to buy, the lady you want to marry, the guy you want to marry, everything that you want to do requires you to create income, and that income is in the pocket of that stranger you're looking for every day. I will tell you a story very soon. Just yesterday, I went to give a presentation to one of our clients, their board meeting, and we did some work for them. So I had to go and do a presentation to the board to give them updates on what we have done and the impact it's going to have, the insight that they needed to be able to form strategies for the business. So when I was going, my car was very dirty. And of course, I didn't want to appear to meet the board of this very big company with a very dirty car. They would think you're not even serious. So I just drove into a car washing bay to go and wash my car. I drove in there, and then I was out just making some calls, just walking around. And then another person also drove into the same car washing bay with a sleek, I'm saying sleek, the word is sleek, a sleek Mercedes-Benz M23, solid Mercedes-Benz. So as soon as the car wasn't too dirty. So in my mind, I was like, why would this person come to wash the car if it's not dirty? Well, I just thought about it. I didn't say anything. So this guy drove into the car washing bay. He just came out of the car, and this was a stranger. I was a stranger to him. He was a stranger to me. And because I have made an intentional effort to grow myself, to grow my network, to grow the people that are around me, to grow my business, to grow my intelligence, to grow my expertise, to expand my network of the people that I meet, I felt like, well, if this guy had bought this Mercedes-Benz, this guy might be somebody else. Well, let me just say hello to him. So I went close to this man was an elderly person. It's like late 50s, something like that. I said, well, good morning, sir. My name is TK. Wow, you have such a nice car. I love this. I love the black. So sweet. You know, the man said, oh, you touched my heart. Today is about the second time somebody have told me when I bought this car about 2 years ago. Apart from the wife who said a nice car to her when he bought the car, the second person the man says has mentioned to him the car is nice is me. I said, oh, wow. That's all. Yeah, it's a very nice car. The man started talking about the model, the features in the car, is a limited edition. You know how people can brag about the things that they've lived apart. So the man spoke a lot. So he excused me, made a call, and then we both of us have our car washed. And then when he finished making the call, he came back again. We're talking. He asked me, "What do you do?" I said, "Well, I'm a full-time university lecturer. I teach at Garden City University College. I teach marketing and entrepreneurship, and I've also transitioned the same expertise that I have in the university to form a consulting firm called Hyper Consulting Services, and we help entrepreneurs and blah blah blah." I started talking about what we do, and the man, I could see that on the man's face that the man looked funny. He looked some way, and he said, "Did you say Hyper?" I said, "Yes." "Well, my name is so and so and so. We are expecting you." And I said, "Expecting me where?" I said, "Yes, we are expecting you." I said, "Ask him, expecting me where?" And he said, "Well, I'm the board chair of the business that you're going to have the presentation with, but I'm just driving to the venue, but I felt my car was dirty, so let me just wash it a bit, and then I will go." I said, "Well, your car is not dirty." He said, No, I just wanted to wash my car and so that I can go." I said, wow. My friend, if you are focused, if you are ready to meet that stranger, to work on yourself, to get to the point where you are ready to move your business exponentially, God in his own infinite mercies will bring these strangers in your way. It happened to me just yesterday. It was around 8:47 a.m. Just yesterday, I met a stranger. And this is what happened. When I got into the venue, he actually drove ahead of me. So he got there earlier before I got there. So when I was driving to the place, I was just thinking, what on earth is this? What has happened to me today? But I was happy because I was thanking God. I've met somebody who has met me before I was even going to do this, because this is my first time as a consultant presenting to a board. When I was working in corporate, I presented a lot of times to our board. I'm presenting my marketing plan, presenting my business development strategy and all that. But as a consultant, to speak to a board of a big bank, hey, a big bank with more than 12 different branches across Ghana, I've never done this before. So now my heart was warmed because at least now somebody on the board knows me. We have had some acquaintances. A stranger have come to know me. So as a result of that, I felt that, well, when I get in there, things will be fine. And this is what happened to me. When I got into the room, this stranger, who has now become more like my acquaintance, my friend, started introducing me to the other board members on the board in the conference room. I was like, this man, what have you got to do with this? So when he got to the CEO of the bank, Then the CEO was telling this man that, oh, this is TK. He's the guy who did blah, blah. So, no, I know him. I met TK. I know TK. And the man was talking as if you had known me about 10 years ago. And the CEO said, oh, wow, you know him? I said, yeah, I know him. Yeah, he's the CEO for Hyde Park, yes. So then the CEO then said, oh, wow, then we have the right person to work for us. Look at how God orchestrated this whole stranger business growth strategy. And to the glory of God, when I finished the presentation, based on what I did for them, they said to me that I should bring another proposal, 2 proposals, in fact, to train all their management team as well as all the customers before the end of the year. This is the power of tapping into the wealth of strangers. Strangers might not only bring you money, they'll bring you the network. So as soon as I got home last night, I just picked my phone and I sent a very long text message to this man who met me at the car washing me. I said, sir, I'm grateful. I thought he was going to reply with a text message. He rather picked his phone and called me and said, TK, you don't need to say this. I'm very happy you came because exactly the problem we are trying to solve with the business, you have the answer to it. Please bring your proposal immediately. I say, yay, God, I thank you. This is the power of finding the right strangers. But if you're not ready, if you're not prepared, if you don't know what you are doing, there is no way these strangers will come your way. Assuming I met this guy, and then I was just fumbling, didn't know what I was talking about, I was just bragging and all kinds of stuff. I don't think the benefit you are going to get as a consulting firm would have come today. Please, the stranger, all of us on this call, could be the world's creation pivot for what we are doing. If you are finding some value in what we have discussed so far, please, as my coach has told me, Coach Adelika has always said to me, please type in the chat box, value, 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 value. If you are finding value in this chat box, please type in value in the chat box. Please type in value in the chat box. Type in value in the chat box. I want to see it. I want to see the value before I go on. I see value, value, value. Abeki, thank you very much. Mercy, thank you very much. Stephen, thank you. Gloria, thank you very much. Awesome. Too much value. Coach, I thank you so much. You are my inspiration. Thank you very much. We're good. Now, to be at the center, to be the go-to person that the strangers would come to, you need to be in the center of the know, the like, and the trust factor. People must know you. And when they know you, they must like you. And they must not only like you because the person who likes you will not give you their money. They will only give you their money when they trust you. People do business with people that they know, they like, and trust. So now, if I take this car washing based scenario that I just created, which happened to me just yesterday, and for me, it's an answered prayer. And in fact, yesterday, well, after my presentation, I was speaking to the connected guy who got me into that bank. I was speaking to him and I was asking about this board chair. And he said to me that the guy is actually the board chair of 3 different big companies in this country, Ghana. 3 different boards. I would not be surprised that this guy would gradually be introducing me to these other people because he has got to know me. How did he get to know me? Because we met at a place which, under normal circumstances, did not have any business connection at all. At all. And again, I got to know him because I made a step to honor, to acknowledge something that he has achieved. And of course, for somebody who's a board chair of a very big bank with 12 branches, definitely this guy is wealthy. So when he said he was a board chair, I wasn't surprised he was driving that kind of car. It's a sleek car. I'm sure that car is about 2023 or 2024 model. Solid Mercedes-Benz. Solid. It's solid. And I'm sure all of you on this call who love Mercedes-Benz, when I say solid, you know what I'm talking about. So now I got to know this guy because I made a move to get closer to this guy by acknowledging what he has achieved, by acknowledging that he is a person that could also help me. I didn't know it was going to help me, but that move got him to know me and me knowing him. How did he like me? He liked me because I was very articulate and I was very clear on what I knew and I was doing. So because when he asked me, what do you do? And who are you? I was very, very clear what I was saying. And I was very confident in what I say because I knew what I'm doing. And then when he liked me, because of the way I spoke to him and the way I was able to convince him, the trust factor was connected. Nobody will do business with you today until they know you, they like you, and they trust you. I have flawed many times. I've got people to know me. I've got them to like me. But when it came to the trust factor, I wasn't able to really get it right. I've learned my lesson so well. There are many stories I can share with you about trust factors. Many, many of them. There were times that I met people, I introduced myself to them, they liked me somehow, and they said, "TK, can you please bring me a proposal?" The proposal never went. Why I didn't send it, I don't know. If it's the witches for my village, I don't know. But even at this point, the witches in my village should not allow me to do what I'm doing right now. I've made mistakes on that. But if you can learn from some of these mistakes by getting people to know you and like you and trust you, you will be able to exponentially grow your business. And I bet one customer, one stranger can exponentially expose you to a level of growth that would amaze you. Look at this guy that I met yesterday. And I know this week is going to be a week of miracles because this guy, I know, by virtue of how he got to know me and like me and trusted me, by virtue of the fact that I was able to give a very good presentation to the board and they liked it and they clapped for me, this guy is going to open doors for us to exponentially grow our businesses. You must be at the center of the know, the like, and trust factor. And this is very important for us to go about this. And to be able to do this, we must understand the customer journey mapping. There's something called the customer journey mapping. And this is where every business, every one of us on this call must take the stranger who is unaware, who doesn't know us at all. And every stranger, as we define, they don't know us. They don't know what we do. They don't know what we're about. We don't know them. We don't know what they need, nothing about them. So we must use the customer journey mapping to take the customer from the unknown to the point of awareness, to the point of consideration, to the point of purchasing our products and services, to the point of experiencing our services, and most importantly, if this stranger who have gone through all these processes is able to enjoy having an experience that is so positive, this one person who was a stranger would become an advocate, would become a loyal person, expanding our growth and the business that we're actually doing. So let me quickly run you through this. So we take the customer, like this man that I saw yesterday. I didn't know him unaware. We didn't know each other at all, total strangers. I was able to create awareness by telling him what we do, introducing myself to him and telling him what I do, and by acknowledging the fact that he has something that was valuable, a Mercedes-Benz. He became aware about me. That's a known factor. And then by we discussing and talking, and he asked me questions for that about 10 minutes that we met at the car washing bay, he was considering who this young man is. And when I said to him that I work with Hyper Consulting Services, he was like, "Oh, I know this guy. We are waiting for you." That was the consideration stage. He was now tossing in his mind, who is this guy? Can they do what they're supposed? Can they do what they promise they can do for us? Is this guy going to really present something valuable to us at the board meeting? What's going through his mind? Consideration. But when I finished my presentation and I was able to deliver on what I've promised, this man and the board has bought into us as a consulting firm. That's why they asked us to submit 2 proposals to come and train their staff from now to the end of the year. They are bought into us. We have connected. This customer would have to become a customer to you now. This stranger has to become a customer to you now once they buy. Now, once he has bought from you, and once I send the proposal to this company, this bank, and then they start doing business with us, the service we are providing is we going to train their staff as they want us to, based on the needs that they have. If we do it so well, we would have created an experience with the bank, with the staff members, that the experience is so good that assuming that we're able to train, they have a total staff member of about 125. Assuming that we train all these 125 staff members, and they are so happy with the experience that they get, what are these 125 people going to do for us? They are going to be loyal to us, and most importantly, they are going to sell our services to other people. So even assuming that all the 125 people, we get just about 50 of them to tell other companies about us, 1 company each, it means that these 50 people would expose us to 50 different companies. Can you imagine the exponential growth we are going to have? Can you imagine how we have tapped into the wealth of these strangers by walking them through this journey? The customer journey mapping is a strategic tool that everybody must know. Unfortunately, we cannot have the time to go through in detail, but in brief, that's what I've just said. The stranger who we don't know, he's not aware about what to do. Creating a know, like, and trust factor, becoming aware about you, using all kinds of media platforms, considering you by you convincing the person you can deliver a certain service, getting them to take an action by purchasing from you, and when they are bought from you, How do you keep them satisfied? How do you keep them so happy? How do you wow them to the point where they say, wow, these guys know what they're about to do? Once you do that, you have tapped into the wealth of these strangers. They become advocates. At that point, you don't need too much advertising. At that point, you don't need to be on social media making too much noise. The only thing you do at this point is that you only give social proof on your social media handles of the things that you are doing with videos and photos showcasing the things you have done. Not now that you're going to ask them to come and join you, because already the job is done. Go learn the customer journey mapping. And I'm sure one of these days, Coach Adeleke would now open another floor for us where we would take our time, 2 solid hours, to walk through how to make your customer journey mapping a strategic tool to exponentially grow your business. But this tool is very important because I found this from the Aberdeen Group. It's a Salesforce company that go into some of these research. And this company came out with research saying that the customer journey mapping has become so important today because 52% of customers have switched providers due to poor customer service. Because they don't know them. They don't know the journey. They don't know the step-by-step, the touch points that the customer goes through or the stranger goes through to become a loyal customer to you. Because most companies don't know. How do you take the person from unaware to become aware, to buy your product, to experience your service, and become an advocate? 52% of customers, they switch, they leave your company because you don't do this. Number 2, $1.6 trillion is the estimated cost of customer switching due to poor customer service. Because we don't know the customer. We don't know the stranger. We assume everybody is the same. No. If we are, for example, in our case, until we decided to focus and stay on one lane, we're doing all kinds of things. We'll go and speak at the junior high school. We'll go and speak at the senior high school. We'll go and speak at churches. We'll go and speak at some clubs and some neighborhood community, whatever. We're all over the place. But when we pivoted and got to know that we want to work with small and medium scale enterprises and entrepreneurs who want to build businesses, we've stayed focused. But if you don't do this and know this customer, you are going to lose money. Again, 86% of marketers say that it's critical to create a cohesive customer journey map. You need to know this journey to take the stranger to where they become an advocate, a wealth creator. In fact, a co-wealth creator with you, because they're going to help you to create more wealth. The fourth thing that has happened with customer journey mapping is that only 36% of companies have a process to map customer journeys. So if you take 100 companies, only 36 of them have somehow sat down to map out gradually the journey that every stranger must go through to become an advocate or to become someone who promotes these businesses. And I'm sure if we do a poll right now on this call, how many of us are here? We are about 46. I'll be wondering how many of us have sat down to do a step-by-step stranger to an advocate journey, mapping this stranger, this journey mapping for all your customers. I doubt it so. If you have, let me test it. If you have sat down to map out your customer journey mapping from the strangers that you are seeing to the final, the advocate who is helping you build your business, please type in the chat box JM, journey map, JM. Just type JM in the map in the chat box if you have one. Please let me see this before I continue. Okay. So Mercy has a customer journey map. Thank you very much, Mercy. Can we see more? Who else have done your own customer journey mapping for the customer that you deal with, trying to transition the stranger to become an advocate for you? If you have it, please type it in there. Interestingly, I see only Mercy. Only Mercy probably have it. It's important that we do this because the only way we can tap into the wealth of strangers to help us to create the wealth that we want and to grow our businesses would be to have a journey map for our customers. Now, the wealth creation capacity of our business is in the hands of strangers. We said it already. It's not in your hand. You can create your own wealth. The money is in somebody's pocket. Your growth is in somebody's pocket. Your whatever you need is in somebody's pocket. And that's why I said from the beginning that God helps men through men to men. Your business growth comes from men, from God through men to you. Hyper's growth, our wealth creation, would come from the blessings of God to a certain man called a customer to us before we can realize that. And it's important for us to understand that, because otherwise we are in trouble. And then remember that your wealth is in the hands of everyone that you meet. And that's the story that I told you. This elderly man that I met at the car washing bay, I'm sure, and I'm going to pray so hard. In fact, I want to even pray, do a 3-day fasting to make sure that this man exposes us to all the network that he has. If he is the board of this company with 12 branches, and he's also a board member, but a board chair of 3 other companies, I can imagine this guy's level of social wealth that he has. All that I need to do is, now that he knows me and likes me and trusts me, I need to tap into that network. And he can now introduce me to all the other strangers as well. And it's my duty then to ensure that I'm able to now tap into those strangers and transform them to customers who will help us to do that. And it's important to do that because the nature of the customers we have today is very different. Let me quickly run through this. Today's customer is in charge of your business growth. No qualms about it. If you want to run a business, you need customers. If you want to grow your business, you need customers. But unfortunately, this stranger that we have, this customer we want to work with to create the wealth we want, this customer has more than 50 options at any point in time when they need something to be done for them. So for example, if I want to do an MBA today, I have more than 50 different schools that offer MBAs that I really want to go in for. Why should I go for school A but not school B? If you are a graphic designer, and then a customer wants some graphic design work done for them, these customers have more than 100 different graphic designers. Why should he come to you but not to the other person? Why should they go to the other person but not you? The customer is in charge. The stranger is in charge. Let's be very careful how we treat these strangers. Third one, these strangers that we want to help them, to get them to help us to create the world we are looking for, are very sophisticated today. And especially, they are very knowledgeable, including you and including me. I'm sure when Coach just mentioned my name about I'm going to be the guest for this program, some of you might have gone even on LinkedIn to go and Google about me, or probably have Googled about who is this guy. You want to know me? We are too sophisticated. And I'll give you an example. Somewhere about 3-4 years ago, I wanted to buy a projector for our organization. So I called one of my IT friends and I asked him, told me I'm going to buy a projector. And so which kind of projector should I buy? And he gave me that, told me I should buy a projector that has more than 1,000 lumen rating. So I went to the shop to go and ask. As soon as I got into the shop, I met a lady and I asked the lady, please, I want a projector that has more than 1,000 lumen rating. The lady told me you don't have. Meanwhile, they had it. So the boss saw us talking, and then the boss came in and just told us that, oh, yeah, wait, let me check. So you're going to check the projectors. Oh, they took them up. And at the back of the projector was written there 5,000 lumen rating. Before I went to the shop, I knew what I wanted. But unfortunately, the person who is the shop, the lady in the shop, who was supposed to see me as a stranger and make sure that he got to know me and like me and trust me so that I can do business with her, didn't know Jack. Today's customers are very sophisticated. How many of you just went to buy a laptop and just went out, just bought any laptop at all? You researched to know what you wanted. The next thing is that every customer today requires more than 100% value for money. They give you one CD, they give you $1, they want $2,000, they want $1 million, they want $1,000. So they are this what looking for. And finally, every customer today is looking for an experience, but not just your product. What can you create around them to wow them? Knowing this would give you a mindset to understand these strangers that who are coming around us. And every person that we meet today is a stranger. And I love what Brian said. Brian says that today's consumers are in charge. They don't want more marketing, but they want a better experience. That's all. And we need to work on that. But how do we do this? Now, let me quickly walk you through the 5 strategies that we can use to unlock the wealth in the hands of strangers. What are the 5 things that I think and we have used in our business to unlock the wealth in the strangers? These people that we didn't know at all, that we are walking them to the customer journey to have brought them to this point. How do we do that? 5 strategies. Number 1, what do we do? Be smart and intentional with your business growth. Be smart. Be very specific in your mind what exactly you want to do to attract these strangers. Because I said already that before we pivoted and said I want to be in this entrepreneurship space and be training people to run their businesses, We didn't know. We're just doing it anyhow. But once we pivoted, we became very smart, very intentional, and today we are gradually growing. Number two, understand this stranger. Who is this stranger? Who is this person you have just met on the street? Like what happened to me? And how do you even do that? What I did was that I just acknowledged the person's status. For me, when I saw the person with that kind of car, in fact, if the person was any other person at all, I would have actually approached the person the same way. Because I've intentionally said that I want to make friends as much as possible. I want to be smart about meeting strangers and transforming them into customers. You have to acknowledge people. You have to acknowledge people. You have to understand them. And to be able to understand these strangers, you must profile in your business who is the ideal customer type that you are serving. Many of us are serving too many customers. And I remember what Coach Adeleke told me some time ago when he was coaching me. He said to me that, TK, if you want to grow your business, be very focused, be very clear, and find the one. The one. And the one meant that, what is the one thing that you want to do to help these people? And notice what he said. Confused customers, confused strangers don't buy. And it's true. Confused customers, they don't buy. All of us on this call, assuming Coach Adeleke advertised for business growth seminar, and then how to use AI, and then how to source for funding for your business at the same time, which one would you have gone to attend? You won't go for any of them because you'll be confused. So be very intentional. And number two, try to understand this customer. And how do you understand them? Build your ideal customer profile. We are very clear about who our customer is. And thank God that gradually we are getting there. Confused customers don't buy. I love this. Coach has already put in there. Confused customers don't buy. And Coach, when you told me this 4 years ago, I've never forgotten about it. And what we did, what you told me has brought us this far. So know your customer and build your customer profile so that as strangers, people that you don't know come around you, you can profile them in your mind. You can profile them with your imagination and get closer to them, introduce yourself, talk to them, assess their needs and problems, and see if you can. And where you cannot even help them with your solution, please refer them to somebody who can give them what they're looking for. Again, you are building the know, the like, and the trust factor. It works. It's working for us. Please try it. Number three, expose and be known by the strangers, to the strangers for something. Create a niche. Let people know what you do. Don't be a generalist. Be a specific, meaningful. As the Ziegler said, many of us entrepreneurs, we do too many things. Yesterday, I was talking to one of our clients, somebody who wants us to help her to do something. He's into this catering. She does pastry. She does spring rolls. She does cake. She does corporate catering services. She does something for even schools. She's going to start some yogurt. And I said, Mama, there are too many. I know they're all complementary products. The yogurt drink, the coke you are selling, the cake you are making, the spring rolls you do, they are all good. But amongst all these that you do, which of them do you want to be known for? The lady sat there for a while and said, TK, I want to be known for making spring rolls because my spring rolls, super. My spring rolls don't fall to the ground just like that. No way. Be known for something. And fortunately, because we also pivoted and said we want Hyper to be known as an entrepreneurship and marketing solution company for small business and entrepreneurs, we have been called to national media platforms to speak, to give presentations, to do all kinds of things. Be known for something. And how do you do that? Your niche strategy should be the 1-1-12-12. The 1-1-12-12. 1-1-12-12 means that you must be known for one specific service that you want to do. One specific product, one specific service. Number two, select one specific target market at a time. And once you have selected one specific target at a time, stay on that customer lane for 12 months, minimum, 12 solid months. And then once you are serving these 12 customers for 12 months, find 12 solid customers who will be loyal to you in 1 year. And trust me, the mass will change. The growth will change. It is happening for us, and try it as well. And then finally, every customer, every stranger wants cash to unlock their wealth. They want you to give them what they want. And number two, they want you to give them cash. And what is this briefly? Cash means, want means welcome the customer, ask for their needs, talk to them, and then know their needs and always say thank you to these customers. And they want you to give them cash. Communicate to them clearly, very often. Number two, address their need, solve their problems when they have it, and then most importantly, have the right attitude. And I'm sure once you go back to read and we watch this video, we're going to share back with you, you'll be able to understand it better and even go deeper into giving the customers what they want and give them the cash. And just to move on very quickly, sometimes things might go wrong. And when you meet a stranger and you have taken them through the journey up to the point where they want to be your loyal advocates, things will go wrong. How do you deal with that? The stranger can go mad at you. What do? When that happens, use my last method. And the last method is listen to the customer when they are complaining. Number two, when they have yelled at you, they have complained, and if they have talked so much at you, please humble yourself and apologize to them that, yes, we accept our mistake, we want to fix it. And once you have apologized, make sure that you give them an actionable solution that will take them from their problem to their solution. And most importantly, thank the customer every single time. This last method would always win the stranger back to you. It has worked for us big time. There's no time for me to share experiences. But if you do this, even in your own personal life, you will win strangers to yourself again and again, and you'll build a very strong business. And as I bring my presentation to a close, I want to share with you what El Nightingale said. He said to us that your reward in life would always be in direct ratio to what you do, how well you do it, and the difficulty of replacing you. How well are you taking care of your customers? How well are you taking care of the people you are working with? How well are you taking care of, how well are you doing the things you are doing? And if you do it so well, the customers, the person who was a stranger, who has become the customer, would eventually be your raving fan. They'll be your advocate and sell you and make you much more money and grow your business. High Park, we have done it. And I'm happy that I met Coach. He has guided us, and today we are doing some work. And look at what has happened to us, having the chance to speak to the police officers in this country. Top-ranked police officers, big men. How about this? Talking to one of the biggest financial institutions in this country. How about this? Talking to one of the biggest financial institutions in the country. Because we focused, we found the strangers, we did what we could and did it so well to them, and today we are doing some work. Today, we have gone international, and I'm here with you on the Nigerian space. My coach has introduced me to the Nigerian market, and I'm grateful. Okay? This is not going to end here. You cannot just take this 45 minutes, 1 hour discussion and be that business you want to be, to grow the business you want to grow. It takes continuous learning. And El Nightingale again said that if you spend an extra hour each day of study in your chosen field, you would become a national expert in that field in 5 years or less. This is our testimony. This is what we have done over the years. And we are an expert in where we are found ourselves now. We've taken strangers to where they want to be, and gradually we are going. And ending all my discussion, I would like you guys to look for these books. How to Win Customers and Keep Them for Life. Number 2, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And number 3, most important, I love this book. So small, but so powerful. The Threat Factor. On that note, continue with your learning. Go take an action on what you have learned today and build your business to last. And if your business lasts and my business lasts, together, we would build an Africa that we love to be. We don't love to go and stay in somebody else's country. We don't want to be strangers in other people's country. We want to be strangers in our own country and become who we want to be and build a better life. Thank you very much for your time. My name is TK. Coach, thank you. Coach, yeah, you need to unmute yourself. Coach, please unmute yourself. Okay, let me do it quickly for you. Let me do it. Please try it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. I have something for you. Don't go anywhere. Can we celebrate Dr. TK in the chat box right now with Zod? That was power pack. That was amazing. Amazing. I'm going to take questions. But before we take questions, how many of you love the result that Dr. TK has gotten, and you want the same result too, and even more? You want the same result and even more? While you're appreciating them in the chat box, just type in me. It's just mind-blowing. Amazing, well packed, awesome, great job, awesome, me. You want the same result and even more. You want the same result and even more. You know, it's a journey, and I'm so glad to hear the amazing result. Well done, Doc. You want the same result and even more. Type in me in the chat box. Me, the chat box. Yes. Awesome. We're going to take questions from the TK. But before we take the questions, we'd love to show you more how you can also achieve these results and even more, right? And we have packaged something for you that, yes, let it thank you keep coming in. We have packaged something for you, it's a master class where we're going, we can't do everything within just 2 hours, right? So we've packaged a master class for you that will take you through this journey. And Dr. TK was part of this master class last year. We remember, sir, last year, right?
Yeah,
So it's a
let's just say something about this. Until, like I said in the presentation, until I met Coach Adeleke, I honestly was very confused. I was doing too many things. That was the first problem that I had. Number two was the imposter syndrome. I felt that I knew, but people knew much more than I knew. But when he said to me that TK, focus, and confused customers don't buy, be known for something. Today, we are where we are. Coach, I'm forever grateful.
Awesome.
I salute you.
Awesome, sir. Yes, sir. Can you enable me share my screen? I want to share something with you right now. If you miss at this point, if you miss out right now, then we can't help you any further. Please just enable me to share my screen. So I'm going to share with you a masterclass, that Dr. TK was part of last year. And you can see we've been on this journey for 3 to 4 years now. Or make me a co so I can share.
Okay, let me do that quickly.
Yes. So we've been on this journey for a while, and it's not something that you do in 2 hours, right? So there is a master class that we have packaged for everyone here who want to experience the same result.
You are the
I'm still not okay. Let me see now. No, allow the other line. This one, there's another line that I'm using right now. That is what I'm sharing.
I've seen that.
Okay. Thank you. So we have this master class for you right now if you want to experience the same result and even more. And I'm going to share it with you right now. Before we take our questions, you don't want to leave at this point right now. This summit is for serious-minded entrepreneurs. And if at the point in the economy right now in the world, if you are not growing your business, the business is dying. It's either you are growing or you are dying. And you have to take the bull by the arm to create the kind of future you want for your business. And this masterclass was what Dr. TK was part of last year, and it has, you can see the results. Apart from the other coaching session that we have had, it's cumulative, not just one coaching session, right? So it is the business exponential growth masterclass. We're going to take you right from this summit now and then hold you by the hand to show you how you can turn strangers into high-paying loyal customers and keep them for life. There is a science to it, there is an art to it, and we want to hold you by the hands to help you achieve that result. Dr. TK, I brought him here intentionally to share with you the result he has been able to achieve from the knowledge that he has gained from this masterclass that we've had and other coaching sessions that you can see. Fantastic. I decided I was able to speak at this summit today just to allow him share with you the result that he has gotten from going through this masterclass. And it's a 3-week intensive coaching program. It's online and it's on how to turn strangers to high-paying loyal customers and keep them for life. Now, what would you learn from this masterclass first? Let me come with what you learn from this masterclass. So it is 2-in-1. 2-in-1 in the sense that we have recorded sessions. And recorded sessions there is 12 hours. You can see 12 good hours of intensive coaching, of intensive, step by step of taking strangers and turning them into loyal customers. And what are the things that you will learn? The first thing is how to create an ideal customer avatar that fits your sales system. Now, these strangers, you don't know them, but you need to create an avatar. You cannot sell to a customer you don't know, right? It was asking about customer journey. Yes, so it starts with you creating an ideal customer avatar. So we're going to show you how to create an ideal customer avatar to know who your ideal customers are, right? We're going to give you a template and hold you by the hand to do that. And then when you even know them, is your offer so good that people feel so bad or they feel stupid saying no? How do you create offers so good? Some of us, the reason why people are not buying from us is because our offers are not so good. They are not so good. So at this masterclass also, you will learn how to create offers so good that people will feel so bad. Don't mind my typo there, feel so bad saying no. And then also how you go to write sales copy. How do you write sales copy that grabs attention and create desire? How do you create sales copy, that help you sell without you having to be there? And then sales page, right? I have some high-ticket products that I don't have to sell by myself. Why? Because there are sales pages. We show you how to create sales pages that automatically turns strangers into customers even while you sleep. And then how you raise your passive value also of your offer. You know, some of us have offers and then people don't buy them because they don't perceive it's valuable enough. And I'm going to share a framework with you. I call it the sell out, the sell fast framework. And much more, it mentioned about customer loyalty. You also learn 24 strategies for building customer loyalty so you can keep them for life. And how you also remove barriers to buying and turn objections into sales. And then how you create an automated customer journey. He mentioned that make you money while you sleep. People are making money. I'm one of them. He's one of them. And whatever money you are making, you can make more money while you sleep. And once you get to a point where you are making money while you sleep, you cannot be wealthy. That is the difference between the rich and the poor. The poor work for their money. The rich make their money work for them even while they sleep. And then I'm going to also teach you how to develop products and product ladders that take customers, strangers from freemium to premium, right? I have clients who have moved from freemium, you know, and Dr. TK is one of them, to premium, pay me $2,500 plus for my coaching programs. Why? There's a framework to it, which I'm going to show you. We're going to show you at this, you know, a masterclass and much more. Now, this is all you get in all. You get 12 hours of recorded training courses, valued at $200. You get high-value group coaching session to develop your exponential offer, valued at $150. And then I'm going to give you a business exponential growth plan also, valued at $50. And then access to sales systems, template resources. There are systems. But now you know I'm a systems person. There are systems that are templates. See, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Follow those who know the road. Don't try to do all of these things by yourself. So people have done the pain. We have done the pain for you. Just follow, you know, the steps and shorten your journey to success. And I'm also going to give you the slides. I have about over 300 plus slides for this masterclass, 300 plus slides. And I'm going to give you access to all these slides. We are giving you everything. No ordinary, nothing back. And you also have access to this course and live sessions. Now, all of these things is what about $600. That is about 900,000 naira. But you are not paying $600. Guess how much I'm giving this in the chat box. Let me just know how much do you think I'm giving this out in the chat box. Let me see right now. If you are serious, you should be here right now. How much do you think I would want to give you this? Let me just see a guess in the chat box. How much do you think? 15K. Okay, you see it on the chat already. Awesome. I'm giving all of this for just $20. Yay, God Almighty. For just $20, 15,000 naira. That is 320 Ghana cedis, right? Because we want to help you. See the amazing result that TK has shared. We want to help you. That's why I'm making this as I'm gonna charge the $100 and even more. Dr. TK knows me. I do high ticket. But at this time, because you are the community, we want to give you for just $20, 50,000 naira. Some of us use 50,000 naira for subscription, for phone, for internet, but you can use that 1,000 naira and invest in your business to transform it. And much more, I want to invest in those who are able to also act, the fast action takers. That means if you're able to pay between 24 hours, that means between now and 9 p.m. tomorrow, WAT, right? I will add some more to you. I'm going to give you some more bonuses. If you take action between now and the next 24 hours, I'm going to give you access to, we had the masterclass last year that is called the Unshakable Business Masterclass, right? That talks about how you can build an unshakable business that thrive, you know, in uncertain times. And it's a 9-hour masterclass. I will give that as a bonus if you pay within 24 hours. And then we also had a summit last year called the 10X Revenue Summit. I will give you access to that also. And then my top 10 books on sales if you pay within 24 hours, right? And you have a money back guarantee. If you feel that, oh, this masterclass is not worth my money, I'll return your money back to you, right? And add extra to it. But results don't lie. Dr. TK is an evidence of this. So you can start making payments right now if you are serious about taking your business to the next level. I know you have tried several things in the past that have not worked about your business, but we're about to show you the right way to doing this, right? So if you're in Nigeria, you can pay into that account, trust constant account, direct transfer. If you're in diaspora, you can pay in dollars to my access account, dollar account there, right? And then if you're in Ghana or any other country, Damien, share the link right now. Share the seller link right now on the group, so that they can pay. You can just click on that seller link and then pay automatically through seller. Share that link right now and pay automatically through seller. Now, if you're not growing if your business does not grow, it's your fault. You are making money even in this hard economy, right? So if you don't invest in growing your business, it will die a natural death. It will die a natural death. So this is an opportunity for you. I'm giving this for just 15,000 naira. That's $20 because we want to help you. I would have made this $100, and those who know me. I don't bluff when I charge, right? But we want to help everyone on this call right now, and those who will watch the replay. So you can make direct transfer right now and send evidence on WhatsApp to the number there, or you use that link also, to make the payment. Once you make the payment, automatically you come into the community, and then we're going to get this rolling. You can take a screenshot right now. So the course is pre-recorded. You will watch, you take the course, the 12-hour course, and they will have live sessions, right, on the 6th, 13th, and 20th of October. Those 3 days where we will hold you by the end during the live session to build your offer. The amazing result that TK and other executives have gotten, you can get the same result also. You only need to learn out. So how many of you are taking advantage of this offer? You are taking advantage of this offer right now. You want this offer right now, and you are paying right now. You want to just type in me the chat box. Type in me the chat box right now. If you are taking advantage of this offer right now, type in me right now. Right now, it is time to change the game in your business. It is time to change the game in your business and build your business financially. Type in me right now. How much is 15,000 naira? 15,000 naira and 320 Ghana cedis. 320 Ghana cedis. The link is there. That means keep sharing the link again and again, so that those who want to pay can pay. You can use that link. It's just 5,000 naira if you're in Nigeria, $20 and 320 Ghana cedis. Just checking it is so cheap, but the value is power packed, right? And why am I doing this? Because I want to help you this year. And once you get into my community, just as TK has shared, it's from learning to learning, from growth to growth, and you have access to so much more. So you can just pay right now, straight away into the account. So while we are paying, the account is on the screen right now. This is the account on the screen. The account on the screen, you can see the account on the screen. Take a screenshot and then just start paying in right now. So let's take questions. Do you have questions right now while we're making payment? Any questions? Yes. Okay. Somebody says, hey, please, can you send me the meaning of the niche or the picture of it during the meeting? Meaning of the niche, Dr. TK.
Okay.
Yes.
So a niche is basically a very focused target market that you intend to serve. That's what we call the STP, segmentation, targeting, and then positioning. We cannot serve every customer. So you look at all the customers you have and decide that which specific segment of the market you want to serve. So for example, in our situation, we noticed that we are into the training and coaching of businesses. We can coach executives. We can coach people who want to be in business. But we noticed that the people that we really want to help are people in a small and medium-sized space, because that's where I found myself and I failed in that space. So that's your niche. And once you found that one market that you want to serve, all that you need to do is that offer this target market one specific product at a point, or maybe a bundle of products at a time. And then number two, that customer segment only. That's the second one. The first one is one product or one service or one bundle of products. Number two, the second one is one target market, one niche market. So in our case, we are serving only small and medium-sized enterprises, period. Nothing more, nothing else. Of course, we get gigs from corporate organizations and all that, but we stay in that space, just the small, medium-sized enterprises. And then you must decide to stay in that target market, in that niche, for a minimum of 12 months. And the reason why you need to stay in that 12 months is because you want to create top-of-mind awareness about what you do and what you can do for that target market for 12 months, consistently over that 12 months. And then, whilst you are staying in that space for 12 months, make sure that you're able to secure a minimum of 12 customers that you have served and served so well. Coach, for example, since I met him, have stayed in this space of business systems for all this period I've known him. Only, I don't know, we had him talking about financial planning. Of course, he talked about financial planning, but he's never done any seminar about financial planning or financial management. No, he's only always talking about business systems, business system, business system. And that's how we all got to know him. So one product, one target market, stay there for 12 months, look for 12 customers, and then once that is done, you can now repeat the same process in the next period. And that's what that means, Coach.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. If you want the replay of this master class, we have the replay. We share the replay on our community. The replay will be available on the community. So we'll share the replay tonight on the community. If you're not on the community, let me know in the chat box, the WhatsApp community where we are. We'll share the replay there so you can watch it again. This is so power-packed that you can't watch it for once. You have to go over it again and again and again. So if you're not in the community, you can send a request on the chat so that we can add it to the community. Once again, you can join in the masterclass to get access to the handholding that helps to take customers, strangers, and turn them to high-paying loyal customers. These are things that it took 16 years for me to build, right? And I've been passing it on over and over again, and you can see the result that Dr. TK has gotten and other executives. You are the next in line. You are the next in line. So another question or comment. Let's take comment right now. You want to share your experience tonight, comment or questions. You can raise your hand right now. We have about 10 minutes to wrap up. Anybody wants to share with us what you have learned here tonight, just raise your hand. We have so many people on this call right now. Who wants to share with us? You want to share with us what you've learned tonight, your aha moment, or you have questions right now, that you want to share. If you're just joining in, you're welcome. You can join the community to get a replay for this masterclass tonight. Yes, questions or comments? What were your aha moments? Who want to share with us? You can raise your hand. Let's just have somebody speak to us tonight so that it won't be only us talking from here. Who wants to share? I have a comment. Okay, Ayodele. And Doc, can you please help me unmute Ayodele?
Okay, sure.
So you can share.
How do I find it? Okay, I've seen the name. Please, you may go ahead.
Ayodele, you can unmute yourself now and speak. Okay, yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Okay, the section is really great. Yeah. So my one moment was when he was talking about how you get to meet a stranger, the man with the car, and how he started his conversation with the man and the result of that conversation, what he actually gained from it. So there was this time that, okay, I decided to start talking to strangers to, get to know them, and because I'm into the real estate business, so I'm looking for customers. So I tried for some times, then I stopped because I was getting many people were rejecting me. Like when I want to start a conversation with what I want to say to them. Although there are some people that gave me their contacts that I have, as I said, the contact with me, then I talk to them as well. But many people rejected my offer, rejected me speaking to them. Then I think since then, I've not been doing that again. But now I think I'm going to go back to that and start talking to people, because from what he said, I really learned a lot. I've learned a lot, and I think I will have to go back to that. And I don't know who I'm going to meet again the next time. It might actually be the only person that will catapult the business. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, Glory Judge. Thank you, Ayodele, Glory Judge.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, Mr. Deleke. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. In fact, I was actually outside. I was on my WhatsApp. I almost missed this opportunity, but I'm grateful to God that I was able to, be online and then just see this pop up. Thanks for the moderator from Ghana, Mr. TK. You did quite a lot of, a good job on that. Now, I want to negate some things and probably disabuse our mind. about the issue of God all the time. God's grace and God, maybe God is doing this, God is that. Now, I'm going back to that very fact of what that guy just said now about the wow moment of him meeting with a man and then he talked to that man. Now, this is it. Yes, God is in our lives. And what I believe that you put God first in whatever you are doing. First and foremost, probably in a day, if you want to set out for your job in a day or your work, I believe you pray. You commit everything you are going to do into God's hands. But I tell you this, if you don't act, that prayer you pray that morning or whenever you pray will not come into existence. It will manifest. So everything is about action. Action. Like what he did now, he met that man in a place that was, very, very, he wouldn't have, as a result of maybe prayer, something or that. But because he swing into action immediately, seeing that man. And again, like what one of the big mogul in this real estate business says when I join, because I do attend some Zoom meetings too, Mr. Shehu from ABM Realtors. He said that he doesn't really believe in that prayer issue. But the thing is that when you act, you have to be proactive. And then again, the issue of prospect is not actually prospect to him, it's suspect. Okay. And the issue that comes in when you
Glory,
look
can
at
you wrap
your
up
customer.
now? Can you wrap up now,
so
sir?
now,
Because we have another...
there, okay, that now he was able to act. And then the way he presented himself was able to gain him that like, trust, and no factor.
No.
So what I'm trying to say here,
thank you.
No. So I just believe that
action.
Yes.
Okay.
You,
we have 2 questions in the chat box. Please, while we are asking questions, you can keep making payments. The account details are up on the screen. Keep making payments. You don't want to miss this for anything. We have 2 questions. 2 persons here. Mr. Victor, Dr. TK, please, can you unmute Mr. Victor? Just make it straight to the point. And then Pascal will take his question too. And then we have Mr. Tinola, and then we call it a night. Mr. Victor Ogumbemi, your question very fast. You can put your question in the chat box also. We can take it from there in the chat box to save time. Yes.
I can't find his name. Okay.
Okay, Victor Odugbemi.
Can we take one for Segun Dipe?
Okay. Yes, Segun Dipe, yes. Seems that Victor has left the room.
Yeah.
Yes, Tinola Segun Dipe, you can unmute her. And then if you have your question, you can type in the chat box also. Mr. Pascal will be next. Okay, Tinola. Oh, Tinola has left too.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Pascal still there? Do we have Pascal? Tellings. Pascal Tellings. Is Pascal still there too? Please, you can drop your questions. Tinola is back. Tinola is back. Let's check if it's there. If you have your questions, you can put them in the chat box or comment. You want to take feedback, questions, or comment, you can put them in the chat box. Pascal, you can unmute Pascal, Doc.
Okay.
You can ask. Yes.
Okay, Pascal, you may go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. Yeah, thank you very much for such an amazing presentation. I'm a salary worker. I've not yet engaged into entrepreneurship, but I'll be following the trend. So I want to ask, at what point, like a salary worker like me, can take a move in setting up my own business, please?
Okay, Dr. Kewa, to you 1 minute. At what point can a salary worker take a step to build a business?
Yeah, Pascal, thank you very much. In fact, I'm also a full-time worker as an employee for an organization, the university, and still running this. Now, at what point do you now transition into your own business? What I would first of all say is that whilst you are working in full-time employment, hone in on your skill set that you want to take into entrepreneurship. What do you know? What area of expertise do you want to take care of? And whilst you're working full-time, now use that time to learn more. But please don't cheat your employer. Use your spare times in the evenings. For example, I work in this consulting firm from 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. every morning, 2 hours. And I come back to work from 4:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. every evening, another 2 hours. So use the official time to do whatever you're doing, but find time to hone in on your skills. Number two, once you have done that, test this skill to see if it's marketable, if it's something that people will need. So whatever you have, try and give it out for free. I started speaking free at different places. I knew I wanted to be in the training space. I knew I love to teach, I love to talk. So I started training people in my church, going to junior high schools, going to the university to speak to them for free. And that was when I got to know that people love what I'm doing. And then I tested it a bit to see if people would pay. So technically, once you know your skill set, you must develop it so well, polish it so well, and then build a business model around it. And once the business model works and people can pay you, stay on this business model until you are able to make enough money from this side business, the same or equal to much more than you are working full-time. So for example, if you are working full-time and you are paid $500 a month, and then you have started this side business with the business model that you have got, make sure that the business would grow at a point where this side business is paying you a minimum of salary and $500 a month, which is equal to your regular full-time salary or even more. That is a point only where you can now jump into your own business. And then the next point is that please make sure that before you jump out of the full-time job into entrepreneurship business, you have saved a minimum of 6 months of your living expenses, 6 months of your salary saved before you jump out. So that at this point, you have your 6 months saved as a buffer in case anything backfires. And then number two, your side business will be able to pay you some money along the line because entrepreneurship is risky. It may be paying you some money, like the same salary, the same money you will get paid for the salary. It may backfire. So you have the 6 months buffer to stay on. It's only at this point when you have done this, can you confidently say that I'm saying bye-bye to the full-time job and going into employment? You need to do this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's
Thank you
take
very much.
one more question. Yes, in the chat box. Someone says, sir, how can I handle the customer that did not respond to my request to assist her on issue concerning an unreconciled land purchased? She couldn't access the company and her plot. Is it about my approach or about something else? This is giving me concern. Where did I get it wrong?
I don't seem to get the question right.
Is in the chat box. Can you see the chat box?
Yes, I can see it there.
Okay.
Yeah. How can I handle a customer that did not respond to my request to assist her on an issue concerning an unreconciled land purchase? And he never go back to you. Well, I don't know if he paid money, but if the customer did not come back again after you have started negotiation, most likely they don't need it. And it's very likely that the customer is somebody who is not your ideal customer profile. In fact, there are some customers that I've sent proposals to. We send proposals to them. When they need a proposal, they'll call you, they'll email you, they will harass you with all kinds of communication. As soon as you send a proposal to them, they don't pick your calls anymore. Such customers, it hurts for you to have wasted your time to have drafted a proposal which they can even use on their own. But please don't give up on that. Allow them to go. Allow them to go. It's difficult. They might not be your ideal customer, or maybe they just want to take advantage of you. Even at that point, that's the price we pay for being entrepreneurs. Let them go. God, in his own infinite mercies, would reward you at some point in time.
Thank you so much, Dr. K. Because of our time, we'll be calling it in the night here. Glory George, we can't take any question right now. Come into the community and ask your questions. I've shared a link. Because of our time, it's 9 p.m. already. We don't want to exceed that time. Just join the community. Dr. TK is on the community, and there also we can continue our questions from there so that we can keep to our time. In case you have not paid for the masterclass, take the screenshot. It's a 3 weeks, a 3-week intensive masterclass on how you can turn strangers to high-paying customers and keep them for life. You get access to the strategies, to the template, to the coaching that you need to scale your business and turn it around. So join the community. Other things that you need will be shared in the community. If you make paper with this 24 hours, like I mentioned, I have bonuses for you that you don't want to miss. Thank you so much, Dr. TK. Thank you everyone for joining in tonight. We will see you on the community and we'll continue our conversation from there. Thank you so much. You can turn on your camera right now. I have to say good night from here Lagos, Nigeria. Good night, everyone. Bye for now. Good night. Let me see your camera on right now. Just
Maybe
to say good night.
go off the screen.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Let's have our camera on right now, so we can take even a group shot.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Right now. Yes. Awesome. 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 Yes. Thank you. Take help us take a capture, a group shot right now. Yes. Thank you. Let's take a group. It's connection right now. Also, we are connecting. Awesome. Your next customer might be on this call right now. Don't miss this group shot. Yes. Have your camera on. Thank you. Thank you so much. I see you, everyone. Have you done that, Doctor? Doc?
Yes, I've done that.
Okay, bye-bye. Good night. God bless you. See you in the masterclass.